everybody introduces each other, and then they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like
But
doing it that was better.
a real
Huh?
man makes his own path.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
that's such a like half-assed response. You're just kind of like, whatever.
yeah.
I'm not a man yet. I'm still working on my drawing skills. Shujin ain't taught me the way yet.
Oh God.
Hey man, it's your Skype picture. What you
Hey,
expect?
it's Naruto week. I should have changed that, but
Hey, you should have. I'm surprised you didn't. I'm disappointed in you.
I don't know, man, because I needed to complete Naruto week, but I don't know. It's because of this Prince of Tennis girl. She's annoys me.
Another woman ruining the lives of J-Man.
I don't know, man.
It's
I
like
don't know.
that's your running gag.
Yeah, I think it is. I
It's like
think it is.
every time you start making progress, a woman comes in and fucks it
It
up.
messes it up. Yeah, like I hate these. They're not loyal and they're annoying.
These what did Fo Jason used to call them? These what was it? It was an anime reference, and it pisses me. He used to say it all the time. Oh,
What?
no, it's what Elite Eight used to say. Them hollow ass female.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I kind of wish. I need to get him. He needs to say that more often. That shit was gold.
Yeah. All motivators. These motivators.
Yeah, he's motivating. He had like the best substitutions for like curse words. That shit was gold.
Yeah, man.
Oh god. Anyways.
Live action. You already know what it is. We're here at Yomacan.
Dude, it's so. I swear to God, Leo said like some of the best lines.
Yeah.
I feel like you could get away with saying some of that shit in public.
Yeah, you actually could. That's the thing.
You could walk up to a girl and say, "Hey, you want to make it live action?"
We live action. You already know what it is.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah, it's like this. Like this is one of the things she sent me. Let me show you this.
Let's see.
You've probably seen it. Hold up.
I probably have. Then again, this week has been kind of a mixture of Smash Brothers stuff, so I kind of blacked out for a while.
You've probably seen this a long time ago because it's been uploaded since like 2007.
Oh yeah, come on now. Remember back then we lived our lives on the internet.
Yeah, man.
That was.
That's when we had time and stuff. That's when we could go. It's game time. It's game time. Where's the squad at?
Let me see. Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, she sent me this. And
Oh, she can go eat a dick for that.
I'm like, not Naruto week, man. That's reckless.
That's dirty. They're never gonna let that go. They can go eat dicks for that. She can go eat a
Yeah, I
dick
know,
for
man.
that.
It's messed up. I'm ambiguously gay duo. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, come on. There's been Naruto Sasuke gay jokes for like how long?
But like watching that made me realize because she sent me this other one where there's this dude that goes gay, huh? Like I need to show, and like, yeah. Watching it made me realize I found it. There are some gay moments in Naruto. I was like, wow, this show is really gay at
Yeah,
times.
you can say.
Like,
I said the same thing about Ippo. Ippo has a lot of gay moments in it.
oh, Ippo has funny gay moments though.
The point, that doesn't make it any less gay. It just,
They're like they make too many penis jokes in
it
Ippo.
was so stupid. Takamura's insecure about his penis size. That's all that matters.
That's why I didn't understand when I first watched it. It's like, why are there these penis jokes? Like, I don't know, but I went along with it. It was pretty funny at the time.
Oh God, I can't. I'm being distracted. Anyways, Naruto video. That's what we need to do.
Ah, gay.
Shut up.
Ha, gay. Oh,
Shut
hate
up.
you. I hate you.
Shut up. Oh my God. Anyways. Anyways. All right. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. Naruto. It's over. I've already done my first video talking about the chapters, but you still kind of have to talk about Naruto as a series as a whole. Like, the last 2 chapters doesn't cover it. And one video isn't enough, so I have my friend, introduce yourself.
Ha, gay.
Every time!
Okay, sorry. Long conversations with weird people. Anyway. It's Joseph of J-Man, whatever, J-Man, whatever you want to call me. I'm that dude.
He's the dude who plays on playgrounds, makes productions, and
Wow,
is a
wow,
huge Sonic fan.
wow, wow. Yo, yo, King of Lightning. Oh, I'm joking. Ah, I
See,
shouldn't have.
I do this for you guys, the viewers, because see, Joseph is so inconsistent making videos. The best way you'll ever get him is in collab. So it takes a
Yeah,
long time.
we showing in the jump. Anyway, no, we need to be serious. It's not.
That shit still doesn't make any sense. It's like what kind of it's like I'm shown in the jumper. Wee, what are you doing? Jumping off a building or some shit?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
George said, we know you care, but you know that was a rough time in your life. I remember that. We won't bring it up again.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, so since the viewers haven't heard your thoughts and opinions on the final chapter, we'll start off with that, and then we'll just talk about Naruto as a series.
What? So off the dome, just like my thoughts in the final chapters.
Yeah,
Okay.
hey man, it's been a few days. You ain't like it's not like the chapter just it finished and it was like, hey, come here, man. I want you to talk about Naruto for a minute.
Okay, I'll make it kind of short. I don't want to be like a chapter reading where I just read every page. This is my thoughts. Um,
Oh hell no, that's like 2 chapters. Fuck that.
well, basically, I mean, 699 was like Sasuke just saying, basically, Naruto showed me the way. I was silly. I almost killed people, but I didn't because I had to be redeemed at the end, which we all saw coming. Um, he was just recapping what we all thought at the beginning, like that he should be in the village instead of being all sissy and pissy for all those chapters, which was understandable, but to an extent. But then it got annoying after a while. Um, so that was really good. I liked the character growth he had, and it was like we share a special bond. That was cool. The next chapter is really the one which caught everybody's eye because of the pairings and stuff. Choji got a black woman.
Bruh, that
What?
is I still say that's the biggest what the fuck in Naruto period. That was what was it was there any build up to that at
I
all?
I don't know because I
Give me
just
like
saw her and I was like, who is this ugly being?
it's the same chick who beat the shit out it's the same chick that beat the shit out of Naruto like right before the Five Summit Kage arc. That's the only thing I remember her for is that moment. She just beat the shit out of him when she went to come tell. It's like, oh, we need the Hokage to come for this meeting, and I was like, oh, I forget what it was. Oh yeah, because she like Killer Bee had just gotten captured, and Naruto was like, don't hurt Sasuke, and she just beat the shit out of him. That's all I
Yeah,
remember her for.
yeah. Choji likes him feisty.
Nah,
Um,
he like that chocolate, son. He loves chocolate, bro.
he loves that chocolate milk.
He's the candy
Anyway.
man.
Anyway, yeah, I'm shocked that some people didn't realize this. Like the first page, it was Shino. Even I clocked that. I
Dude,
don't know how some people didn't know.
I thought it was ironic as fuck when I didn't catch it because I remember after reading the chapter I got mad. I was like, did Kishimoto forget to write Shino? And then I went back and looked at the chapter review and I was like, oh. And I looked at the chapter, like, oh shit, that's Shino on the first page. Look, he doesn't stand out, and I just thought that was a stock teacher, so I wasn't expecting that to be Shino.
They said Aburame. Come on.
That's the only clue, and that and his glasses. He never shows his eyes.
Yeah,
Something tells me he has like bug eye holes. Like his eyes are holes, and you see like giant ants and shit growing out of it. He would be that nigga that have that kind of eyes. That's why I think he would have those eyes.
probably. Uh, it's besides that, yeah, it's just a bunch of pairings, 1010 and Lee, which I didn't see first time around. I didn't get that those two were together. I had to sort of reread it through.
well,
That wasn't clear to me for some reason.
here's the thing: a lot of the relationships aren't even really said. It's just kind of implied. It's like for example, it's like Naruto and Hinata. The only reason why you would know that is because Hinata's daughter has Naruto's whiskers. It's like because they don't openly say it in the chapter. It's just like, oh, well, obviously because her daughter has her whiskers, and she has a brother. Well, technically saying you have a brother isn't enough because it's like 3 or 4. Actually, there aren't that many kids because some of the characters don't get with any girls, like Shino and Kiba.
Keeper, he's a scrub. That dude was just like, oh, I still want to be Hokage, even though Naruto's.
I thought that was really, I thought originally when they brought that up in part 1 that he was just antagonizing Naruto. I didn't think he was serious about that. I
I
didn't.
thought he was serious up until like part 2. Then part 2, I was like, no, dude, get over it.
Yeah, because it comes off dumb now. Like it's like, are you still talking about this after everything that's happened? God, aren't you still using that same stupid ass twin dog technique? Did you get a new move? No. All right, then shut the fuck up. Uh,
Besides that, like we know Naruto's got this son Bolt who has the same issues that Naruto has, which I'm I like, and then it's kind of it's weird. It's because Naruto went through the same thing, but at the same time, Naruto can't be Superman and deal with his family all the time and everything else. So it makes sense, but then it's kind of like Naruto, you should have known better.
yeah, it's kind of like the one that you had one thing you knew not to fuck up, and you still fucked it up. I kind of took that as they're just setting up for part 3. That's what I figured it was for. It's just to set up for part 3.
Yeah, because what other like sort of character flaw would Bolt inherently have that was big? Like, there's nothing else really.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
not, hell, he doesn't even have the nine-tailed fox in him,
yeah,
so it's kind of like, yeah, Bolt, your life is easy, and that's why then Kishimoto's like, part 3, it's a miniseries. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's gonna last like what, 6 years, right?
no, he's not even writing it, so I don't think it's going to be very long.
Oh, he's not writing it.
No, it's written by I think some guy that wrote Blood Prison and some of the other thingies.
Well, maybe then we'll actually get the side characters to get some development, since Kishimoto doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Hey, that's the other side of the video. We're still on the chapters.
Okay, fine.
Actually, what else? I mean, it was just pairings and that, and
Well,
it's
I forget.
Naruto's Hokage. Oh no, Kakashi being Hokage before Naruto. That's something that we can talk about.
Well, that was spoiled due to the movie teasers. The last movie teaser spoiled that because there's a picture of
You said
Kakashi.
it wrong. You said it wrong. The last.
I see people forget that Japan has that whole saying last, the beginning of a sentence at the end of the sentence. So it's like the last. No, to a movie.
Yeah.
I'm just like, see, this is why no one fucks with this shit. Oh God. I really feel like that was just thrown in just because of that whole thing Obito said in those last few chapters. Because
Mhm.
it's not like he even gave a shit about being Hokage.
Sure. He
Like,
he didn't really care. He just wanted to make out paradise and he'll be happy.
yeah, I'm about to say, like, why? Like, I really felt like that was for the sake of Obito. I was like, oh yeah, Kakashi's Hokage. Oh yeah, by the way, that means every accomplishment up in chapter 700 is due to Kakashi. So Naruto hasn't done shit yet. I mean, yeah, because technically he's just becoming Hokage in chapter 700. So I'm like, so what did Naruto accomplish? Because it seems like Kakashi fixed everything else.
Because it's like, but at the same time, it does make sense because Naruto's still pretty stupid at that point. We don't know how smart he is now. He seems smarter, but he's still pretty stupid. So Kakashi being Hokage actually makes more sense in
Oh
some
no,
ways.
it makes sense. I'm not really. I just thought it was ironic. It's like, look at all the accomplishment that's happened since chapter 699, and Naruto's not responsible for any of it. Oh yeah. Side note, I don't know if you noticed when you saw the old Hokages, not the new ones, but the old ones. Did you notice that Tsunade looks even younger?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
She fucking. She's overcompensating. She's technically older now, but she just so her jutsu. She's using her jutsu to make herself look even younger. She looks even younger than part 1.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get that. I was like, okay, Kishimo, and he didn't even make any reference to it. He just put it there.
Yeah, you can really. No, he made it. He made a reference to it by putting her next to Mizukage, who has gotten older, to make her look that much younger. Because Mizukage
True.
looks like she's like MILF status now as Mizukage.
Yeah,
And then you have fucking Tsunade, who looks like she might be a little older, like around the age of what Sakura is now. So I'm like, what the fuck was that for? Like, is she still insecure about her age, even though the boy that would have taught to her is dead? Like, what's the point of making yourself look that much younger? We both know you're not that young. Stop that shit.
two other designs I want to quickly touch on is Naruto's. Um, someone I follow on Facebook, he said this recently, and it was pretty interesting. He's like, I just realized that Naruto's, I know why he's hair shorter like that. Is maybe it's a tribute to Obito, and
Oh,
maybe
that just pissed me off more than.
because he did say you're the coolest person, even though you killed my parents. But
That's why it would piss me off. No one even agreed with him when he fucking said Obito was the coolest. No, I don't know any Naruto fan that was like, yeah, Obito's
I was
cool now.
mad.
So to hear that his hair is short as a tribute to a character that no one likes, that is not a good thing at
Well,
all.
people used to like at one point, and now they hate.
No, we liked him as a kid. That's the only time we liked him. Fucking
Yeah.
ever since he went through puberty, he can go eat a dick.
No, I liked him I liked him up until the mask like came off. When the mask came off, it was like no.
Well, here's the thing. When you say Obito, I'm still under the premise that Toby and Obito are two separate beings. If that's the case, like I do know, it's like until the mask comes off and it proves it, Toby and Obito were two separate beings. So I liked Obito until I found out that he was Toby, and then he became a piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Uh,
And Sasuke's design, what did you think of it quickly? I guess.
he looks like Madara. He reminds me of a younger Madara,
Yeah, pretty much.
which I thought.
And when he has the bandana on, he looks like he wants to drop a mixtape. Did you see that like image?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what... That shit was so crazy. Actually, I still have a question. Remember how in 639 he said he wanted to go re-look at the world with his new eyes and everything?
Yeah.
It took him, he's still doing that.
Yeah, because that's something I wanted to touch up on too. Is like, I think you said it in your video, and I think Sawyer must have said it. It's like they in that last chapter, there are like many things that are kind of just hinting towards part three. Because Sasuke shows up and is looking around, and they just cut to Naruto becoming Hokage. Like they just have one page of him.
Yeah, it's obvious, and then the whole thing with Kakashi and Guy talking about things, but not really saying where the places are, and I'm like, you're setting up for part three, even though there's no reason to do that. It's not like part three is supposed to be this big fucking epic, but Jesus Christ. Also,
Yeah.
we got to talk about their daughter real quick, Sasuke and Sakura's daughter.
Oh no.
Why the fuck does she look like Karin?
Why are those two together? Like why?
Kishimoto proves that broken relationships can still have kids. And this is why the black population is struggling.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I was just reminded of one time when you made that Hinata versus Sakura video when you're like, Sakura reminds me of the problems I have with certain black women. I remember when you said something like that.
Yeah, because she's a that's literally, she is a representation of it. She's a woman who gets abused and beaten by a guy and still fucks him. Like, what?
Some black women, not saying all, some, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but still, it's so, Hinata's a ride or die chick. That's what I fucking respect.
Yeah, I like Hinata, man, for two big reasons. I mean,
oh, come on.
Those eyes, man.
I like how neither of their, side note, did neither of their children, like, inherit the Yakugan? Because I figured you see it in their eyes, but I think Hinata's daughter's eyes is, like, black.
I don't know.
Because I figured, because you can't inherit anything from Naruto, technically.
She might inherit two other big things.
God, she's not even.
Okay, anyway, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know, actually.
But there's really not that much else to talk about the chapter, except, the pairings. That's really all he focused on was the pairings, and, like...
Pairings, yeah, it was like Sasuke's, like, character evolution stopped, like, or, no, completed, should I say, and then it was the pairing. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So, I mean... it's an ending. I still, I'm not even gonna get into it. See, people say, oh, Naruto wasn't about the pairings, but like some of the major events in Naruto were like pairings thing, like the whole Obito and Rin situation. And the thing I mentioned in my video before, I really think they killed Neji just to give Hinata that speech for Naruto. Like I legitimately think they killed Neji for the sake of Hinata. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
he killed Neji because of the Hinata thing, and because like she's become like the focus for Naruto
Yeah,
because the whole past movies are based around her now.
yes, I'm just like, that's bad writing. When you have to kill a character to make another one more stick out, that's horrible writing. But we're not gonna make this a hate thing because
But
Naruto.
no, but I will say one thing: it is kind of bad because I was watching
Oh
like the
no, no,
Naruto.
it's terrible.
I was watching the Naruto versus Neji fight, and I just remember Tenten was like on Neji's dick, and then he's dead now, so she has to be with Lee, and I prefer Tenten and Neji to Tenten and Lee, but
Well, I prefer Tintin and Lee, but that's because there was
that's just because you like Lee and you didn't want him to be lonely.
no, no, I like Tintin too. I mean, that's one of the things. Remember, what was the thing I always complained about in Naruto? That none of the side characters got any respect. Even though I like the side characters, like I like Tintin enough, and Tintin and Lee do have more of a relation. To me, having more of a realistic relationship because, well, if you watch the filler, and this is canon in terms of Tintin's goal, her goal was like to be like Tsunade, which is something you have
Hmm.
to work extremely hard for, which was Lee's mantra. Like there was nothing Tintin and Neji had in common to justify them being together anyway. It was just that she was like a fuck. She was the Sakura. She was the Sakura.
No, but she was a good Sakura to him.
No, she wasn't. They didn't
Makes
have any. I'm about to say that's implied they had moments together.
no, okay, no, but okay, no. Wait, no, she was the Sakura because she just hyped him up. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm about to say like
She
she
just hyped
had
him.
the only time she fought, she got her ass whooped by Tamari, which was really just once again you shot at another character to make another one look good. Like that's like he did that shit all the fucking time.
Yep.
It's like oh Shikamaru needed development, let's kill Asuma. The fuck? What? Man, look, I like that arc. I'm just saying that's what it kind of
It,
was.
it kind of was, to be
Well,
honest.
actually, speaking of that, we do get to see their daughter, Asuma and Kurenai's daughter in the chapter,
Yeah.
which which is kind of somewhat irrelevant because it's like
I thought it was cool though because she's like there's an age difference between her and the younger kids, so it's cool to see something of that character.
yeah, she seems like she's around Naruto's age in part one,
Yeah.
while the kids are like them in the flashbacks age, like around probably 6 or 7 or some shit.
Yeah, and Kurenai is looking Kurenai-ish.
Well, she's older now, but she can still get it. I mean, I still.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
But
um,
also
Wife
also
Wednesdays.
yes. But other side note is we can't continue the Naruto Sasuke rivalry because you know they only have one kid. It's the daughter. So would it be like Naruto and Hinata's daughter versus Sasuke and Sakura's daughter?
That would be funnier.
Yeah, it would be funnier. And I hope her daughter is a lot more abrasive than Hinata is. Like I hope Hinata's daughter is a lot more like I don't give a fuck. Because I feel like that would be a hilarious twist.
She didn't look like it, but it would be funny if she acted all sweet and innocent and then she just turned into this bitch.
That's why. That's why I said it'd be funny if she had like an Oni-chan complex. Like you see how she's like Sakura's daughter's already stalking Naruto's son. So I'm like, I wonder if Hinata got like really overprotective of her brother and just started just talking a whole bunch of shit to her. It's- that'd be a funny gag. But maybe we should talk about Naruto as a series.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to be a whole bashing thing of. I mean, it's ending. Oh yeah, side note, how did you feel about the One Piece tribute? They,
Oh, dude, that was so cool. That was so cool. I was like, yes, Kishi. And then I saw the One Piece chapter, and then I was like, yes.
Cause
It
dude,
was
I feel like that was the greatest honor you could have given him. You put that nigga as a part of a cover page in a manga. That is immortalized in One Piece now.
pretty much.
Like when that volume comes
It's
out,
that.
niggas need to praise the shit out of that volume pure for that moment alone.
Yep. Cover page, and his second last page, you see a Jolly Roger. That's pretty cool.
Ah, that was swagged out. I kind of wish they did some. I wish not Kishimoto Kubo had did something for Bleach. Because I feel like he should have done something.
But I don't think those guys have like the same bond that Oda and Kishimoto have.
Well, yeah, true. Because Naruto started like what was it, like a year or two right after One Piece.
Yeah, and they're both in like the 100 million club.
Yeah, they put in that work. So I understand it and I respect it, but it's kind of like when you nowadays when you hear big three and you always say One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach,
Mm, it,
you kind of feel like there should have been some type of Naruto tribute in Bleach just for the fuck of it.
yeah, true, but I no, I like it better this way.
Well,
I honest,
well,
I just
that's because we all agree that Bleach is the worst of the three. I mean, that's
yeah, it, yeah, yeah,
yeah. I'm
yeah.
about to say you say One Piece and Naruto is your
No,
joint
no,
favorite
no, no, no.
series.
No,
You say that
no,
for a reason because Bleach is not a part of that.
no, no. Undeniably is the worst out of the three, but I'm just like,
It's not a. I
yeah,
don't think. Yeah.
I just didn't want, didn't want Kubo to do it. I wanted it to just be Oda Kishi. I just like that, man.
Kubo's tribute would have been to draw a picture of Naruto and put shades on him.
Yeah, that would have been silly.
That would have. I would have been like, I'm done.
And Oda's comment to him was really cool, like to a friend and rival. I was like, yeah,
am I the only one who got like Bakuman vibes from that when I read that? I was
yeah. It was like he Oda's like edgy, and then Kishimoto's like his
Shujin and
side.
Psycho.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been. Okay. But anyways,
yeah.
Naruto as a whole.
Zombie.
Um. Oh, shut up.
Anyway, yeah, yeah.
um. I guess we'll see. I guess we could start with our origins and how we actually got into the series. Because
Okay.
I think for me it was Toonami. Like when it first aired in America, which I think is a lot of people's way of introduction to Naruto. Because I don't think people went out of their way to find Naruto. And that was.
I found it on the internet though, but that's a different story.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I was looking. This was when YouTube was first coming out, 2006.
Yeah.
So I was looking for Dragon Ball Z clips because I really like Dragon Ball Z. And every single time I look for it, I would find Naruto, like this blonde, orange jumpsuit wearing ninja. And I was like, this show's crap. Why does it keep coming up? And then like watched the first episode and I was hooked. And I just watched like the first three episodes in one night. And I was like, I'm going to watch this. And from there, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just,
I'll still say Naruto has like probably one of the best first episodes in shonen anime because it does
mm,
everything it needs to do. It has a good mixture of comedy and seriousness because that second half was dark as fuck.
yeah.
So I was surprised. I was like, yeah, I give it. I still give it credit nowadays. Like that's a really good first episode. Like even the first chapter, which is pretty much the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's how you hook an audience in the beginning.
Yeah, especially that whole like that part where Iruka just like takes that massive shuriken for Naruto. I was like, yo, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a way of kind of showing off what kind of character Naruto was, while at the same time showing how important he was to certain people. And how Iruka kind of comes off as a father
Mm,
type figure as him. And then we kind of got
exactly.
that mini flashback about how Haruka used to be the same way. So they kind of
Hmm.
it was like a kindred spirit. And that's how I got started through Tsunami. Now, like I just watched the first episode and I was like, this is interesting. And then as the arcs went on, and this is something I will always praise Naruto to the death about, it has some of the best hype music I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Oh, dude, strong and strike, strong and strike,
Oh my god!
dude. Dun, 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 dun. You're just like, yo, someone's gonna get punched in the face. You're like, it's so cool.
I swear to God, it's like the best music. It's like I if I had to agree with One Piece in that Naruto correlation you make all the time, I would say they both have like fucking amazing OSTs.
Yeah.
Cause if you hate on that Naruto OST, there's something fucking wrong with you, man.
Even the silly tracks, man. Like it had some like nice, funny ones,
Yeah,
like the
that
sex News track.
well that it's like random jazz out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing about Naruto. I like how he was a good balance of being serious but funny as fuck too.
Yeah.
The sexy jutsu is pretty much a comedy routine, even though he didn't use it all the time.
Hmm.
If he timed that shit well, that shit was hilarious.
And not even that, the harem jutsu. I didn't understand what that meant until later on, but that was when I finally understood what that meant. I was laughing out loud.
Yeah, that's another thing I'll say about Naruto. Naruto was like some of the first ridiculous fan service I had seen in anime, in some aspects. Because the whole sexy jutsu and harem jutsu kind of caught me off guard. I was like, what? I had to look back. I was like, this is a Shonen Jump manga.
I was like, wow, and the nosebleeds as well. I was like, why do they have nosebleeds?
Yeah, people forget, but Naruto is kind of that introduction to more like commonplace anime stereotypes.
Mm,
So it's like, and I'm not saying Dragon Ball Z didn't have it too, but it's like Dragon Ball Z was not as focused around the comedy and shit, as more so the violence and the seriousness of all the situations, because fights took like 30 episodes and shit, but like,
yeah.
Naruto had a nice balance, and then you had this, and plus then up until that point, we didn't really have a ninja anime that was really heavily popularized.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not like Naruto's heavy in its
I
ninja-ness.
mean, there was Ninja Scroll, but I don't think most of the youngins remember that. So
No, I mean, come on. I think it was around when we were kids, and what did we gravitate to? We gravitated to the freaking kid with blonde hair and a fucking orange jumpsuit.
yeah, he
So,
shouts out, "Believe it."
hey man, and still the other thing, I never hated that catchphrase. I know some
Neither
people,
did I. I didn't get why people used to go on about it, like how it sucks.
yeah, because I don't hate that catchphrase.
I was about to go, "Oh no,
Well, you already,
Takeshi's my favorite character." Oh no.
you are horrible. You know that? That's still like your calling card. Every time something goes wrong, you put your hands to your face and go, "Oh no!" Oh god, but and even in Naruto, I still give credit to this. I mean, it's part of the reason why I'm angry when Kishimoto doesn't do it. But I like the side characters in Naruto.
Yeah, like everyone had like their favorite back in part one out of the side characters. For me, I like Naruto the most, but everybody else I asked like liked one of the other rookies.
Yeah, you gotta like one of them, but it usually leaned on like Shikamaru or Sasuke or
Shikamaru was mine besides Naruto.
well, cause he represents you when you want to dick around. Like that's part one Shikamaru anyway, where he was just kind of like I still remember one of his lines when he's fighting Tamari. I remember so clearly. He's like, "I wish I was a cloud, just
Yeah,
just floating along." I was like, that's that type of shit that made me go see Shikamaru. This is why I like you, bro.
dude, like that's so big to me because like I remember like year nine, I made a poem based on what he like said in that episode. Like that's why this was such a big thing to me because I grew up with the show.
Yeah, that's why I thought it's crazy because it's not even a really complicated line. It's a simple line. I'm like, why do I like this line so much? And see, obviously, a lot of people know one of my favorite side characters is Rock Lee. That man,
Yeah.
he's still one of my fucking favorites. I fucking love Rock Lee, man.
Dude, the Goro fight, that was emotional. I was like,
He put in so much work. But the only reason why they did that is because we knew that once it ended, that we would never see him really fight ever again after that.
uh, I
he,
know.
he had that little mini fight with Kimimaru, but that was it.
Yeah, that fight, and then in the movie he was using the nunchucks, which was pretty cool.
Which
But
was, I'm so mad that didn't even become a thing.
it
That
should.
that should have became a thing. And then the one thing I also give, because even with those side characters, they even had lesser side characters that didn't get any screen time that I liked. Because I still think Shino was my nigga. Like, you never got to see him.
Only you, dude.
Because it's,
He had a good fight with Konkoro. I liked his fight with Konkoro,
because
but
he's a G. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Or when he fought the dude with the air cannons in his arm.
yeah,
See, people don't understand Shino. Shino's my nigga.
I like Neji more than Shino. Neji was my guy. Like, Neji was just, I mean, he was cool. Even his Sound 4 fight, I liked Neji a lot.
I think the reason why I didn't like Neji as much is because Neji is that nigga that started off as kind of a villain, and also he fucked with my favorite girl. Like when you fuck with Hinata, that just kind of fucked me up, man. I can't like. That's the other thing. I love Hinata, even though she doesn't get any fucking. Actually, I don't think she got. There is not a fight in the series she ever won. Now that I think about it.
Nope.
Which is weird because they used her as a catalyst for like that second part of for the second half of the Chunin exams. She's a catalyst for Naruto. And I'm just like, yeah,
Pretty much.
you're not gonna give her one fight, guys.
I liked it. Out of the three, no, four. There's four. I would say, yeah, probably Hinata. Like looking back overall, I would say Hinata is my favorite. Before, it might have been. Actually, to be honest, I like Tamari a lot out of all of the girls. To be honest.
I like Tamara because she's a good foil for Shikamaru, but I don't. like her by herself is not that interesting to me.
Mm,
If we were looking at the girls by themselves, I kind of like Ino just because she started shit with Sakura.
yeah.
But that's because I didn't like Sakura from the get go. Like people don't. I keep saying this, but Sakura off the bat annoyed the shit out of me. Like,
I used to like her at first because she did have some moments,
no,
but like
she
then
got moments later. She didn't get moments in the beginning. She was fucking terrible in the beginning. I think it wasn't until Naruto and Sasuke kind of got knocked out after that whole Orochimaru clash. And she,
Yeah, because I like the little speech she said. Naruto's many things, but Naruto isn't a coward. I was like, yeah, go Sakura. You
yeah,
had a moment.
that was her. That and when she fought, those are like the two moments I gave her a lot of credit for.
Yeah.
Because that allowed for real development. We also got to see their backstory, which I was surprised we were actually gonna get anyway. Because it was like, huh, it really was over Sasuke. Ain't that a bitch?
Yep.
That was so stupid.
All over this one guy that didn't like you, but suddenly he's like, oh, I have a penis now, and I like you at the end of the series for some reason. But anyway.
Yeah, the other thing I like is how you can make me like a character after a fight. Because I fucking fell in love with Choji after that
Oh, dude.
that
Dude.
that man.
The butterfly.
Oh, see, people hate on that butterfly. Fuck them niggas. That Choji was my boy.
That was cool.
I
That
still
was
remember that final speech when he's like, I'm trying to figure where it starts. It's like people get angry when you take something important from them. For instance, their food. That first strike is for eating the last bite of my favorite snack. And this next attack is for calling me names like Tubby, Fatso, and Loser. I can handle being picked on, but what you did was unforgivable. And then you go through the flashbacks of how he was talking shit about Shikamaru. He's like, he's my best friend, and you insulted him. He's like, you can mock me all you want. You can eat the very last bite of my favorite snack, but when you mock my best friend, I will obliterate you. And then that
yeah.
last attack when he strikes him down, he's like, this last attack is worth my whole life. And he just, oh, bruh,
That was
I'm done.
amazing.
I'm done. It's,
Like as well, the other thing is that people underrate like the Land of the Waves arc. I really looking back on that arc, it's amazing. It's to me, it's like a pinnacle of what you should do when you're starting a series, like the first sort of major arc. The Land of the Waves has everything.
well, that's because it is the first major arc, and it's such a good first arc. It's a really good first arc. I was like, this is fucking gold.
Especially the moment at the end, like when Naruto's just crying out to Zabuza. That part, that was emotional. He was just, ah,
That's because he broke Zabuza down when he did it.
your words cut deeper than the kunai, or something like that. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, that's it. And then he loses his shit and starts going ham on Gato and all his minions and uh
Yeah.
uh and great, I'm not even a huge fan of Haku and Zabuza, but damn it, that was beautiful.
Haku loved you, or something. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Haku lives for you.
Yeah, Haku lived for you. You were everything to him, and you just let him die and used him as a shield. Because remember, he took the lightning blade yeah, because Kakashi's about to nail him with the lightning blade, and Haku took the hit for him. And that was the other thing. Kakashi back then, that was like sensei. Like at a certain point, I figured we thought Kakashi was almost god level for a while. Cause he would counter like everything you do. That was just I like how the audio has dropped out. I think I'm not sure.
No. I muted my tracks.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
Yeah. No, it was. Kakashi was. He was really cool, and I like they did that thing. This is a pet peeve of mine. It's become a pet peeve where they give an attack move and they give this massive story about how it got that like sort of name.
Yeah.
But they never show you how.
Oh yeah, because they don't.
Yeah, because he was like, it was meant to cut like a lightning bolt or something like that.
Yeah, we never actually get to see him when he used it when he was little too, though.
Yeah.
Which then brings up the question: when the hell did he get the move?
I don't know. I'm not sure if the initial one was what cut the lightning bolt, but it just said it cut a lightning bolt. I don't know.
I think that was an exaggeration. I think literally Kishimoto originally was trying to set Kakashi up and then like completely forgot about it when he did his backstory.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen that.
Well, see, that's the thing about Naruto. For all the things Naruto does right, there are a lot of things about. It's like Naruto got me invested in enough in which I wanted to see more about it, and Kishimoto would never do it. Like that's why I
Mm,
say one of my biggest issues with Shippuden was that you didn't introduce the other villages until like way late game, and I'm like,
yep.
you should have shown this shit off in part one. That way I would have cared because like it's like even now when we think it to the other villages, the only other village that got a lot of airtime was either the Sand Village or the Cloud Village, and that was mainly
Yes.
and
The
even
other two didn't really get much.
yeah, that's why when people say like, "Oh, it's the Mizukage," who the fuck is that? You see
Yeah,
this?
they were really late introduced. Like Five Kage Summit, that's like really in the later half of.
Yeah. And then that's why he focused so much on Anuki in the war. Because I was like, why is he getting so much? I'm like, oh right, because you didn't focus on him at all in the series. And
If anything, like I think there should have been a conflict with the other villages at one point. Like,
well, there was, but there it was only between like sand and the leaf,
but
and it never
yeah,
really
but the
branched
other
out.
ones, I think it should have been like the Leaf versus one of the other villages. That would have given time for development for all of the rookies in Shippuden. They could have had a big major arc where they all have to go to war with them just before. I don't know. It could have fitted in somewhere,
No,
but
no, it could have. I mean, my biggest, I think one of my biggest pet peeves about Naruto in general is I feel like part one ended way too soon. Because in the manga, it's literally Naruto loses the Sasuke, and then oh, we gotta go train. I'm like, you could have. Yeah, see, to me, he didn't have enough of a reason to go training with Jiraiya. He could have done that in the village. He had no reason to leave and go to train. It wasn't like he pretty much did what Sasuke did, but
pretty much.
just under lighter terms. And I was like, well, why don't you have a few arcs to really show how weak Naruto is,
Mm,
but show up how the rookies kind of improve as well, and then do the training arc because at least then you'll be under the premise of yeah, Naruto's not gonna get anything done
mm,
as he is right now. Because like it wasn't like he even lost that fight to Sasuke on an overwhelming amount. It was like
yeah.
it was too close for me to say yeah, Naruto's too weak. He needs to go train harder. Like to me, that's
Mm,
just kind of like I would. That's why when they did the filler for it, where he was still looking for him, that made sense. Because I'm like, he's not that much weaker than Naruto. He's not that much weaker than Sasuke to justify him to go train for 2 years. And then
exactly.
what made it even worse is when we got out of the 2 year training, Sasuke seemed overly broken for a while,
Yeah, he seems really powerful.
which just kind of disappointed me because I was like, yeah, you went for that 2 year training and you let him get retardedly stronger than you.
And Naruto didn't really learn as he didn't learn any new techniques. He just got more efficient with what he had.
Yeah, even not by that much. But like it was enough for you to say, okay, there is some growth or change. And it even made it worse because he didn't really do the time skip the greatest because you looked at the rookies and the rookies just got more jacked up versions of their same moves. Actually, some of them didn't even get new moves.
Yeah,
Some of them just got fucking just. It was just implied their techniques were stronger. Like for example, Lee could just go more gates. I think
yeah, he got more gates,
he got more gates. Tintin got more weapons, but Neji could do air palms.
air palms. Yeah,
Kiba was the same. Shino, we never got to really fight, but I assume he's the same. A lot. Choji seems about the same.
mm.
They
And then
didn't.
until the end,
Yeah, and then they got new moves. Like Choji got his little. Well, actually, Choji didn't even get new moves. He just got a more stronger version of his old techniques, like the butterfly mode. I was like, oh, that's a thing,
yeah,
I guess. As I say, as much as I like Naruto, it's those glaring issues that always stop me from saying it's my favorite.
yeah. I mean, I really wish he would have pushed forward, especially Neji and Lee. Like Neji and Lee, if he gave those two, because I think those were the two big fan faves besides Sasuke and
Because
Naruto.
they kept hyping up the fact that Lee wanted to fight Neji. And it's like when you saw
Yeah,
what Lee could do, you're just kind of like, come on, I want to see that shit now.
those two, even in the movies as well, and the fillers. The movies and the fillers, Naruto would usually be with Lee, and no, in the movie it was Lee, but in the fillers it would always be him, Neji, and Ten. Like that majority, I'm guessing, were that group. So I'm
No,
shocked that those three did.
they had him switch around. Like I remember seeing him with
They
fillers with.
did have him switch around, but like you know the fillers that had multiple episodes, they were usually with those guys. I
Yeah,
remember.
that's because
Like the Star Village one, the Curry one, like all of them were with those guys.
well, that's because it was because Lee, Tintin, and Edgy had kind of the better dynamic in their team. And like Lee's the overly serious one, Neji's sort of serious, and Tintin's kind of the straight man. I mean, that's why that's the team that got a fucking spinoff series.
Yeah,
Not,
because they were the most interesting, which is why I was like, why didn't they get like all of the praise? Why didn't they get like an arc for themselves?
okay,
I'm glad Shikamaru's team did, sort of, even though it was mainly Shikamaru, but
yeah, because Ino and Choji got like no fucking development. Actually, and by the end of the series, Ino has like no fucking development. It was
mm,
stupid. And that's the one thing I'll say about Naruto. That's why people don't wonder why people don't bash Bleach fillers but don't bash Naruto fillers, because Naruto fillers had something that we actually cared about, which was the other characters. Since Kishimoto wasn't doing anything with them, you don't
mm.
mind fillers that show off them. I mean, technically, that's what people found out that, oh yeah, he does can use the 8 gram 64 palms.
Yeah,
But
when she fights the bee drills.
yeah. Well, that's not the scene most people get from that arc. Most people get from that arc is the scene in which she's naked and she's
Yeah, Naruto.
yeah, it was such a random ass. It's one of those things that could be canon, but it just looks so. It's such a what the fuck moment.
I wish it was canon, because then this whole like the last movie would make more sense.
No. See, what you don't understand, the last movie is supposed to justify the relationship. Like that's obviously what the last movie
But
is.
it would have been more justified. He would have been like, "Oh, that's what's underneath the coat. I should probably go with her."
Well, no, because she didn't have that much to offer physically then. It wasn't until the time skip. Like if you put that in time skip, then niggas would have been like, bruh. Naruto, it's like Naruto, what are you doing? Go to her now. Don't even say anything. Just run to her and hug her. Like fuck this. And that's
Bye, Sakura.
that bitches. Them hoes ain't loyal. And see,
When a broke ninja wants you.
oh man, you going in on that, ain't you? It's like J-Man mixtape coming out in the summer.
Yeah,
2015. Look forward to it.
shots fired. It's gonna be cool.
That's the name of the album.
Yeah, shots fired.
Oh god. But yeah, it's like, and people always get mad when it's like, oh, why do y'all bring up the pairings in Naruto? I'm like, well, when you notice, a lot of the arcs somewhat focus on them. I mean,
Yeah, like there's a pairing in the background in a lot of them actually.
yeah, like even in the tuning exam, there was a lot of there was a lot of Sakura, Sasuke shit going on. Part of
Tamari likes Sasuke at first as well.
did she?
Yeah, Tamari, when she first sees him, she says local hottie or something like that. She liked Sasuke. And then she makes like another comment when he's fighting. It isn't until she like meets Shikamaru that she kind of falls from Sasuke.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think she liked Shikamaru because Shikamaru beat her and like embarrassed the shit out of her.
And like even in the what's it called again? The
Well,
what's it called again? Hidon Kakazu. It was the whole Kurenai Asuma thing.
yeah, and even in Pain, well, that was obviously that wasn't. It was a mixture of Tsunade and Jiraiya and Hinata and Naruto towards the end.
Yeah, the three Sanins. It was like a mixture between all three of the Sanins in a way.
Yeah, which see, that's the thing. People always go, "Oh, the pairings are important in Naruto." I'm like, but I mean, hell, half of Naruto's reason for fighting Neji was because of Hinata in the first place. Like, they did not hide that there was a lot of random romance throughout the arcs.
There was his mother in the whole in his I think it's called the Confined to Jinchuriki arc is the official
Yeah,
name.
yeah, that's the
He's
official
talks
name.
about him and his love, and it's the love between Kushina and Minato, which was the cutest thing where he's like he saves her and he's flying through the sky.
Well,
But
dude, fucking Naruto's mom is like one of the best girls in the series. I have no she's that chick that you would just love to hang out with. Like
mm.
I fucking love that shit. But it's like
Which the whole she did say choose a woman like me, didn't she?
yeah, and Naruto kind of went back and forth like that one scene in the
Yeah.
manga where he's like, "Oh yeah, Sakura's my girlfriend," and then later on he's like, when he's crying in front of Minato, he's like, "Oh, and the girl thing, I'm still working on that." I'm like, "Well, which is it? Because apparently I thought you and Sakura apparently you're dating now."
But didn't they hold hands? Remember? And she's like, your hands are so big, Naruto. You know what
Oh
that means?
yeah, yeah, and fucking Hinata. That's after they killed Neji to give Hinata
Yeah.
a speech to fucking let Naruto power up and become broken as fuck.
Yeah.
And then even with Obito, the whole Ren thing, it's like
Yeah. There's a lot of pairings. Yeah.
yeah, he didn't care. Like Kishimoto was pretty inconsistent with what he was trying to do with a lot of characters.
Mm.
That's why you had a lot of them randomly die and it confused us. And then he started introducing more. Like when you think about it, what was Sai's purpose?
I
Because Sai
don't
became
know.
irrelevant real quick. Like
Sai was the most interesting to me when he was first introduced because he was a dick, and then that just suddenly like disappeared.
yeah, that was the thing. Like I still don't understand what changed him because I remember I was interested in the character when he was first introduced, and then like after they meet Sasuke the first time in part 2, it's like right after that, Sai kind of just becomes there, and I'm like,
Mm.
what the hell was his point? Like I still don't understand what was his purpose, and then they don't,
Just to replace Sasuke.
and then he does become somewhat relevant again until the whole thing with his brother and Danzo, which
Mm.
that kind of goes in and out until he has the fight with Amoy and Kankuro versus was it Sasori and Deidara?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get the little brother flashback and he kind of loses his shit and I was like, well, that's a cool fight. Unfortunately, then Sai kind of just becomes irrelevant again. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Sai could have. They should have just kept him, making him be a dick. He was funny.
Well, I don't mind him not being a dick, but I don't understand what changed him. I still don't understand. I believe it was just him watching Naruto, but like they didn't really focus on
Yeah.
Sai at all.
Mm.
It was just kind of like, oh, he's a spy for, because they started coming off saying as if he was a spy for Orochimaru or some shit. Because I remember scenes of him talking to Sasuke, and I was like, huh.
And then they just kind of left it.
Yeah, I don't know what Kishimoto's goal was with Sai. I felt like he had more ideas, and he just kind of said, fuck it.
And one thing that needs to be said as well, the Ombu, man. What was that about? The Ombu Black Ops were kind of like hyped up, and then they always failed.
Yeah, that was dumb. Also, speaking of Anbu, what happened to Yamamoto? I just realized, did we see him in the last chapter?
Yeah, Yamamoto just kind of just got, and I liked Yamamoto. I thought it was funny, especially in that boat filler. I liked Yamamoto.
See,
He was cool.
Yamamoto was interesting, especially his whole gag with having that overly serious face and scaring the shit out of
Yeah,
me.
ghost kind of story thing, sort of.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
now I think about it, because he was feeding the Zetsu tree, and then he kind of just disappeared. Like, actually, where did Yamamoto go? Now that I think about it, did he die?
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah, now I think, yeah, Yamamoto just fucking disappeared. I just realized that.
He's gone. It's like the NSYNC song.
Oh, boo.
There's
Boo.
nothing that I could say.
Oh, God. Now it's just, and that kind of goes into our thoughts about Shippuden, because when Shippuden first started, that was my drop for Naruto for like a year. I remember I just stopped I don't think I stopped caring, but because it went off Toonami,
Mm.
and the Japanese episodes were coming out, and that's when I actually started watching Naruto in Japanese for the first time. Was when part 2 had started in Japan, but in America we were still getting the filler. And then I don't even think they aired all the filler on TV. So like we didn't even get like that last episode in which he actually goes and says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go train with Jiraiya for a few years." And I remember watching the beginning of Shippuden and being so bored.
Mm.
Like Shippuden isn't terrible, but the beginning was so fucking slow.
I liked the beginning personally. I just didn't like the second arc. The second arc was it's called the Sasuke and Sai arc, I think. That one was kind of eh. I like the first arc.
Oh, you mean the? Oh, you like the? You like the? Oh yeah, because I remember Sai was introduced into the second arc. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Sai was introduced in the second arc to replace Sasuke. The first arc was Gara retrieval arc, which I actually like that one.
It's okay. It's kind of a meh arc for me personally. The
Mm.
side stuff was interesting up until the Orochimaru fight, in which I was like, okay, this is boring me now. Because it's like, oh Naruto, you hit me in your Nine Tails mode. I'm like, thank you for showing his lack of progression, Kishimoto. And he still loses his shit, and he still goes out there and he fights Orochimaru. The fight really turns out to be nothing, And then we have to deal with him reading Sasuke and Sasuke looking like a faggot. Like I remember seeing Sasuke in Shippuden being like, dude, I fucking hate you. And then I became so uninterested that I didn't even watch the rest of that arc until way later. I ended up reading it in the manga. That's what I did. I still haven't seen that arc animated fully. And I didn't jump back in until like Hidan and Kakuzu.
Which I love that arc.
I would still argue that's like one of the best arcs in Shippuden. If not,
Yeah.
I know it's at least top 3. It's that.
Yeah, it's top 3. It's top 3.
I probably would say that, the confining the Jinchuriki,
Yeah.
and it's between Pain. Probably the Pain arc is the third greatest one.
Yeah, Pain arc I like as well. Because the other ones you wouldn't like because they're the Sasuke related ones.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't care about him fight. Well, I'll put it this way: I didn't mind him fighting Itachi. I didn't care about what happened afterwards. Also, I don't care for Jugo and Karin and Suigetsu, which also, by the way, what happened to them? Because those 3 became irrelevant too. We don't know what happened in chapter 700 with those 3 characters. They just kind of disappeared for a while.
What happened?
What happened?
I knew that was gonna happen. Damn it.
And you did nothing to stop it.
Yo, dude, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What happened?
One sec. Basically, I'm looking at my tablet, drawing, and then I was talking to you on my laptop. I didn't realize my laptop wasn't charging until like now. So it just like turned off on me.
Oh, God.
That's why I was getting up. I don't know if you heard, but like, yeah. Let me just turn on the laptop.
You're horrible.
Yeah.
God, come on, man.
I was like, no. Hopefully we got all of that. Is that still all saved?